Anybody stand in my path, they say that I can't do it, man, I take it and laugh. The motivation come from the naysayers, and me and you are nothing alike, man, I was made great. I'm just trying to be great. If you don't like it, you can get out my way. And I don't care what you say, just let me be great. Big dreams.
Welcome to Big Dreams. We're here at the Soul Bowl Cafe in the Coach's Corner. And now we're here. I'm going to let my man, I got OG with me, Johnson, Dante. My name's Andrew. I'm going to let Dante speak a little bit.
Hey, I just wanted to give a big thanks to everybody. I dealt with a tragedy. Our family dealt with a tragedy this last day or so. My cousin, who's like my brother, Patrick Moore, passed away. And we found out this morning. And I just want to actually thank everybody for all of their well wishes, their condolences, their prayers. Keep Anthony Moore and Sam Moore's father in your prayers. And also, I just want to kind of give you that little background of, you know, his mom was my mom. I had 4 women. I was the only kid in the house. I was only so. Those 2 guys were my brothers, Anthony Moore and Patrick Moore. So keep the Hutchins family in prayers also.
Pat Mo.
And thank you very much all of you. I'm sure my family, June,
All right, so, condolences to your family, man. It's always a sad thing when you lose a family member. But the show is brought to you today by Soul Bowl Cafe. This is the Coach's Corner. We don't have any coaches in today because we're going to do an interactive show. And the coaches that are still around are getting ready for playoffs. So we'll get into that. But right now, we want to shoot off and give away this first free meal at the Soul Bowl Cafe. Call in 239-332-0708. Free meal. First call. Call in 239-332-0708. Go ahead.
I promise if someone will call and give it, we're going to stop giving away free meals because I'm about to call myself. I'm going to use my phone because there's been a couple of times.
I tried to call too. Sitting at home, I was like, there's something wrong with the mic.
Do you hear us now?
Right. So, I mean,
you hear me now?
anyway, like I said, I'll sit there at work, on Tuesdays, and I know I'm going to come here at night, and I just get hungry. I don't eat for a couple hours because I know I'm coming here. So there goes the phone. Thank you. There we go. There we go. We got.
I had my Soul Bowl meal this morning. I always stop in. Because it's really good food, man. It really is. And we're gonna go to our sponsors here in a little bit. But how's everybody feeling today? We missed you last week, Johnson.
I miss y'all too.
Did you? Did you?
I miss y'all, man.
I'm feeling good. It's election day. People out there voting.
Yeah.
Hyped up.
Closed, man.
Well, I mean, they were voting. The polls just closed.
You got another poll that's still open. Don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who voted, good for you. If you didn't, so I mean, I don't know even what to say, but you don't get to complain the next, however long it is, to the next time we vote.
Yes. Hey, what's going on, Terry Lindsay? What's going on, Jeannie Boy? Jeannie Boy say you had a little audio difficulty, but okay. Shout out to our number one.
I mean, everybody knows when we're on this show.
Is you going to let me finish?
We do our best.
You going to let me finish? Right now, I was giving a shout out, and you just interrupted me. Shout out, Michelle. You see how rude he is? Our number one graphic designer. The cool flyers that you see, she's the one doing.
She already knows.
But okay, no, we got to make sure everybody knows, man. Come on, OG.
Hey, man.
No, I mean how rude I am.
Like and share the show right now, man. Stop what you're doing. Hit the like button and hit the share button.
We got some interesting stuff today, guys.
We finna get right into this right after this short commercial break.
Commercial?
Gotta pay the bills, baby.
You already know what it is.
I forgot it.
I want to give a big shout out to all our sponsors. Platinum Image Barbershop. Call for your appointment at 239-693-9358. 24/7 bail bonds. Don't stay in jail. Make bail. Contact them at 239-277-2091. Soul Bowl Cafe. If you're hungry, dial 239-332-0708. Food so good make you want to slap your coach. Cam Plumbing. Call Clam Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. No job is too big or small. Contact Danny Camus at 239-222-3739. CLB Auto Body. Please call CLB Auto Body for all your auto body needs. Contact Chaz Bobs at 239-850-4110. Also want to give a special thanks to Joe North and Target Roofing for their donations to keep the show going. Thank you.
And also with that, we want to give a huge shout out to John Tobler, Tobler Constructions. He's also a sponsor. 3D Lawn Care. Shout out to Roy Denson. We really appreciate you guys. It wouldn't happen. But right now, we got a flyer from lovely Michelle. What's up, Steve? What's up, Patrick? What's up, Twinkie? I see you in the building, Terry.
Twinkie.
Hernandez. Keith Williams. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We finna get into this thing, man.
What's happening, big cuz?
Firecast checking in. I like it. Hey, man, shout out to the Gators, man. Shout out to 50 D. Boykin, for putting that work in last week. You already know what it is, man.
Hey, man,
shout out to the Nappy City.
Hey, shout out.
I'm outnumbered right now. Shout out to the Nappy City.
Is that what y'all call it?
Yeah,
I didn't
we
either.
call it the
What is
Nappy
that?
City. Hey, shout out to the Nappy City. We about to put in that work again this week. How you love that?
You got to let him talk because that's that pent up aggression from a whole week of not being able to talk.
Nah, man.
So,
Hey,
know,
y'all do a lot of wolfing over here, man. Like y'all run the
Is it the Nappy
239.
City?
Hey, in
yes.
high school, Pop Warner. Hey.
Hey, what?
All those checks y'all wrote, you got to cash this weekend.
Okay, well, I feel you.
right,
Shout out
right.
to 239.
Bring them out.
'1 youth sport football group.
Bring 'em out.
They
Big
got
up
a
to
lot of
Patrick
shout
Boston,
outs.
man.
I can't even get one shout
Go
out.
ahead, my bad.
I gotta get one shout out. I mean,
Jeez.
just one shout out to the Pal Stingrays who shouted us out.
Yes.
I liked it.
That what I'm telling you.
I got
Big
all of my
dreams
feelings
meeting.
when I saw that.
Yes, because they love us. Everybody loves us. Why not love us?
I don't know about everybody.
Because we're everyone.
I don't
But
know
like the
about
flyer said, playoff situation. What's the solution? Why? Lee County. We're not going to speak on Collier County because Collier County, you got to be real. They do got championships over there. But what's up, youth football playoffs? What's up?
I mean, my question I want to start off with, if everybody out there that's paying attention to this, we gotta put it in kind of like sections. Don't you think? Like, is it starting with the kid, the parent, or the coaches?
It's
Like, where do we actually like put that on? And I'm not scared to say why I feel like it starts at, because I posted something and some people took it the wrong way, but I posted something a little bit ago and a week like Saturday, and I said I'm looking for a stout 12, 13-year-old but no soft parents.
Okay.
Just gonna leave it at that and let anybody else take it.
Shout out to Terry Lindsay. Terry Lindsay say Cape is going to kill the Gators, Johnson.
What case?
U12
What
Hawks.
What
What's
case?
up, baby?
Is Superman flying in? Is Superman flying in?
He might
Come
be.
on, man.
They don't have no.
He might
Might
be.
be.
Now
Hey,
let's get back to what
There go
Dante
those
said.
There goes
Hey,
those wolf
I'll
tickets.
give Terry Lindsay some credit. When he says something, it usually does happen, though. He's pretty accurate on a lot of things.
Hey, Terry, don't do that. Reconsider. We ain't gonna do that on.
Yeah, we've had people try to do that. We can't do that right here.
I don't care if you got
Hey, what's the
you can
soul?
bring Blade, you can
what's-
bring Superman.
What's
it
the
ain't
soul?
gonna happen.
What's the Soul Bowl's number again? You can call that in.
Yeah, you call that.
And you might even get a free meal, Terry. You might get some
Yeah.
food with that.
Yeah.
But me, when we go back to that, I think it's first of all, shout out to Lehigh Junior Pee Wee Spot Warner team. My brothers over there. We got Coach Hicks, Travis Taylor. Y'all remember the Diesel Taylor, Ira Dale. Alfred. They did a good job with those guys. They went up in Port Charlotte, beat the Estero 7-zip. That's why I'm rocking Lehigh Raiders. I train a lot of those kids on the team. So big ups to those guys over there. But let's go back to what Dante said. It's all of the above. It starts with the parents, then it's the kids, and then it's the coaches. Because if the coaches are not communicating with the parents the right way, you feel what I'm saying, and let them understand the expectations that they are required from the players, then that's where the problem lies. And then the kids, some kids don't want it as bad as the parents and the coaches want them to want it.
Well, I'm a little, I just came in because I do to support the show, and I wasn't really prepared for what we're talking about. So what are we talking about with the playoffs right now? Just to be clear about what the problem is. Because as far as I know,
well, this is what you're going to do for us. Just sit over there in silence.
all right.
But
I'll just mess with you. I love you.
We're figuring out
Because I'm trying. My point is, I'm pretty sure we still got teams still in this.
Well, we don't have the as many teams as we supposed to have.
Well, people, sometimes they lose. I mean,
But
we've been
talking
losing
about
a lot.
Yes,
Okay.
and
We've
this is the
been
problem.
losing for the past 15 years. I mean,
Yeah.
I can have one or two teams that go. We had a Pee Wee team about 15 years ago that went pretty far.
Yeah.
But
Lehigh went last year and won at Disney.
listen, man, hold on. Here go what I'm going to say. And I'm not trying to knock the levels that they are because we're all still losing at all these levels.
Yes.
And I'm talking about Lee County. Lehigh went, but that was one in Division 3. That
Right.
actually, and I hate to say divisions, but we all know
Yes, definitely.
what levels division. And not trying to knock, those kids are working hard. They get all the props from me,
Right.
from even how far they go. But what we're saying is, and what I want to kind of make a point of, is that why are we not even competitive in any playoffs? And I feel like to kind of reboot what you're saying, to go back on what you're saying, is that if the coaches tell these parents, hey, this is what we want them to do. We need them to be here at 6 o'clock. We need to make sure that they have their shoes tied. Make sure that and you tell all of us as coaches, you tell and you as a parent say, no, I ain't got to do that. That's my child. I'll do whatever I want. Take him somewhere else. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
well, I mean, for outside guy looking in, because I'm more involved with the high school level and paying attention to that. I mean, we got a lot of teams around here.
Right.
All our talent is spread out.
Right.
And that it really is. Back in the day when we had a certain amount of teams, we go further because we were all on the same team. I feel like it's that a problem. I'm asking y'all because y'all know. Is that a problem that
I don't want to
is our talent, is it watered down because we spread it out so much? So we spread it thin.
Terry Lindsay just had a good point. Tell the truth, it's daddy ball. He said that's one of the problems.
Daddy balls everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, it really
Daddy
is.
balls everywhere.
Let's keep it 1,000, not 100.
right, for sure.
You got a lot of one-trick ponies around here.
Yeah.
You got a lot of one-trick ponies around here. Let's just keep it real. You ain't got. I mean, I'm not gonna put it on the coaches, but I understand you have a talented person, and you want to ride that talented person till the wheels fall off. But guess what? You have 10 weeks worth of film that another coach can sit there and let's guess. You know what? When they're in this formation, guess who's getting the ball and guess where he's going.
Right.
You know what? I want to kind of sit into that, and you know what? We're gonna call everything out. Let's just do it.
Right.
I thought that was the point.
We're gonna go. No, I'm just saying we're gonna go to what my no.
So
I'm bringing.
what we're here
I'm
for.
bringing up what you're saying about the watered down thing.
Okay.
You know why the problem is watered down? Is because first of all, our egos are too messed up. Everybody wants to talk about our egos are horrible.
Right.
Miami right now, we're going to bring up Miami because Miami beating our heads in every chance they get.
Right.
And you know what they're doing? They saying this. And we've said it before. Everybody talk about it, but nobody don't do it. They said, you know what? We used to beat Miami all the time. 91, 92, 93.
Oh, yeah.
Beat them.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the thing is, they said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put the best players that we can get in these levels. Richmond, guess what, Richmond? You get to have such and such because I know y'all got the majority of the best kids. Now, I don't care if Peace River hear this or whoever hear this because it's the truth.
All right.
And when you go over there, everybody want to be a cheer organization when they get over to Miami. Everybody always look good, though. Don't matter when you losing 28-0.
Exactly.
And your kids coming back mad or your parents yelling at you because, you know what, Miami always stacked. Miami always this. They always get to go to Disney. You know why? Because they're doing what they're doing. They're doing the best for their program.
Right. And,
we're not.
And D. Tucker makes a great point. Shout out to D. Tucker, Lehigh Raiders. She says, you know, this is one of the things that I see a lot when I go out to the field and, you know, just being in the stands supporting the kids is parents feel if I pay my money, my kids should play. You know what I'm saying? And what I see a lot too is they pay their money, they want their kids to play, they don't show up to practice half of the time.
Right.
You feel when they're in practice, they chasing butterflies. Now let's revert back to the coaches too. Now the coaches are not paying attention to their weakest link.
Right.
You know, so you got little flip flop over here that's not being coached, and the parents see that.
Well, you know, that I think that goes back to coaching because it's easy to coach to coach juke,
Yeah.
the best kids.
Right.
You know, the good coaches will
Totally
take
agree.
those weak links and make them stronger.
Right.
But there's a lot of coaches around here. There's a lot of good coaches. Don't get me wrong. Don't get this twisted what I'm saying. But there's a lot of coaches that don't know how to coach those kids up.
Right. And hey,
So they just get left out there on an island, and, you know, to play with the butterflies.
Right. And then another thing too is that you sit up here and Lehigh has it's sad. They have 3 coaches, a junior Pee Wee team of 36. And this is what pisses me off the most. I go to the game and you got 15 dads on the sideline trying to tell the coach how to coach, but now one of y'all volunteered and y'all see they got all these kids.
bingo.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. I've coached at Fort Myers Firecats my first year going over there. I dealt with the same thing, man.
Yes.
Dealt with the same
Hey,
thing.
you know what? I had
Sorry,
brought
Owen.
this up
No, you good.
before, and you know, it's a hard pill to swallow. But soon as someone in the organization makes it mandatory for if your kid is playing, you need to be out there at least volunteering or doing something until somebody has. I don't know if we can say the word, but the intestinal fortitude to make that a rule on that. You ain't gonna win nothing.
Yeah.
Seriously. You know, because you need more parental involvement. You do to have. I mean, that is the foundation of a good program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. One coach, 36 players.
Exactly.
Right.
It's very. And Josh, he said if you pay, your child should play and have a chance as long as he, you know, gives everything he has at every practice and, you know, goes 100%. Yeah, he should play his minimum plays. And, you know, and I'm not, you know, because what kind of society are we raising? Are we raising kids to feel like they're entitled just because they pay for it?
Right.
You know, or are we going to teach our kids, okay, listen, right now, you just a little flip-flop. Juke is better than you right now. You just got to take your 6 plays, keep on participating. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I know that Unlimited does and Pop Warner does, they have them people doing over there doing the PR sheets to make sure, you know, the kids are getting their minimum amount of plays.
Well,
but parents, be realistic with yourself.
Please.
If your kid is not up to par, don't mean that your kid is going to suck for the rest of his life. It's just he don't have it this year. He needs to keep getting better, get off-season training, and keep getting better.
Let me ask you this, because I don't know, because I'm not there. I don't coach at the Pop Warner level. I played it, but do coaches do this? Because this is something I would do. I would, at the beginning of the year, have a meeting with the parents.
A lot of them don't.
And that's what I'm saying. And sit there and say, listen, I can't promise your kid playing time.
That does
All right, I know you paid your money, and if you don't like it, I'm going to tell you now, You might have a problem down the road.
Right.
I'm going to tell you now, I can't promise he's going to play as much as you want him to play. So if you don't like that and you can't handle that, walk away now.
That's a bingo for what.
I mean,
what
should they be doing that?
They
Because
should be doing
let's put it out there at
Yeah.
the beginning of the year, and instead of it just like point blank. This is how it is,
And
I don't want to hear about it later because I told you now.
My second year coaching at Lehigh with my man Simon Kuhn. Simon Kuhn taught me a lot, because I was a second year coach, and he came out there and he had a contract for the kids. And inside this contract, he explained to the parents that we will require your kids to keep a 3.0. If they don't, they will not play in a game until their grades get up. And then he talked about, them making sure they come to every practice if they get in trouble, all the simple things of addressing it. Now, at the beginning of the year, if you didn't like it, you could have went your separate ways. Our kids stayed there. We went to the playoffs. First round, we got knocked out. Hey, we took our lumps and bruises, but our kids, I felt as a whole, learned that, you are responsible for your playing time. And then we were out there, coaches. We had 5 coaches. We didn't have 2 coaches and a whole bunch of people on the side of the gate saying, hey, put Timmy in. He can block. He can do this. No, you need to come over and help coach.
Well, Nicole just said, Nicole that's on the show, Nicole Bass, she said that, who's teaching these kids, the kid his position, a lot of kids. Right. I don't know if she was here. We just got done talking about that. There aren't enough quality coaches out there. If you got them, you're lucky to have them. But you got to understand that, you're not always going to have those quality coaches.
And the other thing with that is,
which is a shame, but it is what it is. There's a lot of teams and a lot of kids, and it's a volunteer thing.
It's not. I don't think it's like it's all about that. I think it's about the commitment. Because if you look at any championship program out there, they're everybody's committed. Like the parents, they all travel well. Like those Miami teams when they come down here. They bring everybody, right?
They are committed.
But right now, what you're saying, David said community sports. I mean, the community support plays a big part in that. Absolutely. That's actually a good shout out to David.
Absolutely, it plays a huge part of it. That's what I'm saying is it's like until a program makes that, it's not. It takes intestinal fortitude. I don't want to say the other word to do that. That's true leadership.
Well, here's my thing, though, Johnson. And also,
football,
what we haven't,
Mr. Wayne said onions.
What we haven't touched base on with that, and it's like all of you hit great points with the communication to the parents. Parents have to be realistic, but we also have to look at the actual programs because I believe that there is a better blueprint than what we're doing.
Exactly.
When you sit there and say that I'm gonna have you start off with this coach at 8U or at Mighty Mites, then you're gonna go to a new coach at Junior Pee Wees, and you're gonna have to. First of all, you're the good coaches. You're putting them on the back. You're actually putting them behind schedule because guess what they got to do? They got to reteach all these kids again. 25 to 36 kids. You got to teach. Okay, this is what my system is. If we were to just say, hey, you got your team from A. I don't care if it's a sorry team and you ain't got the greatest players. Build you a team. You get the opportunity to build a team from Mighty Mites.
Right.
So you could say, well, all right, I got. This is what I'm building with. This is my basis. Let me Junior Pee Wees. I know I can talk to a couple of moms or dads and say, hey, you want to bring your kid over here? I'm trying to put something together. Then you got something to build until you get to at least junior midgets and let them go to the unlimiteds when they get to high school.
I know when we were talking after Kelby, Tyree, and Larry Cheeseborough were on the show, we were talking outside about how you coach at one level and then you let them go to another coach. And they were thinking maybe is it better if you were able to move with them to develop? No, coaches stay with them.
Yeah.
And you just keep that team together.
Oh, and think about how
is that
easy
a better?
this is.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, if you get a kid, think about you got that same kid, that same quarterback, or that same line, and maybe they may change, they may mature, they may turn into a receiver. But you got that same kid that you know what he's actually good at. And you can develop that kid.
Yeah.
That's an advantage for everybody. Miami does it every level, that's what they're doing.
Only thing I see a problem with that is okay, these great coaches that done started from 6U all the way and done took their team to junior midgets, they tend to quit after their kid is gone. And that's and so my solution would be for that situation is, yeah, if that's the case, I'm going to take it up top further. As an organization, I feel an organization needs to have coaching clinics at the beginning of the year.
Sure.
Skill position coaching clinics. Yeah. And then implement one base offense, one base defense. Now, you can play around with it as much as you want, and run different formations. Yes. But now the kids understand as a whole that, okay, we can come back and, next year we'll know the base offense. Right. And then we add more and more and more on it.
I like that. And then you got to remember, it almost goes in what John was saying about coaches actually not really knowing, or maybe that was Owen, that just not being actual coaches. And, a clinic in all the way around a clinic is better than just, we're going to teach them how to just run certain plays, just how to coach.
Right.
Organized, being organized.
That's what we keep coming back to the how to coach thing. And who was it just now? David Aravello. He said that we are not enough good coaches. And I'm going to go back to what I just said earlier. I think it's spread too thin. We got too many. How you going to have that many quality coaches in one city with all these teams? Mm-hmm. I don't care what y'all say. It's an issue.
You have good coaches?
To me. Maybe I'm wrong.
You don't have good coaches? Let's have, if you're serious about this, you're going to coach Pop Warner.
Get certified.
Not just only because you get certified. They do the heads up and all that, and they teach you
straight trash,
all that. But you
straight
have
pathetic.
An inner city coaches clinic that I'm sure we can put together, get you at the Kerry Robinson, and everybody, or wherever you want to go, and everybody sit down for 2 weekends out of the summer, right? And we invite people that are.
Hey, let's be 100.
I think one of the biggest problems too. I think that people think about coaching is about play calling.
It's not at all.
It's not about play. It's a bigger picture. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out, and I know people are gonna give me flack, but I'm gonna give a shout out to Coach Kramer. Coach Kramer.
Oh, no, I don't.
Kramer, but this is an example, because he kind of looks at everything, like from the pregame. It took me forever to figure out, why are we eating pasta before a game? Why? They had all the all the mothers, they pasta, carbs. Because
Johnson said, "Where's your meat, dog? Where's your meat, bro?"
I'm just saying that's how.
He had to bring up the food.
That's how you have to think. I brought up the food because pasta. I mean, why would you eat pasta before a game? Mm-hmm. Because it's carbohydrates, right? And there's a science behind it.
It gives you energy. Carbs give you energy, bro.
Exactly.
Since we're giving great coaches shout outs, I'm gonna give Coach Malone that Dunbar basketball coach there. He taught me one thing. He said, all as a coach I need to do is discipline you, condition you, and make sure that you are doing everything that you're supposed to do in life. Yeah. Exactly. After that, the play calling gonna come easy because you're doing those things right.
Because you listen.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to cut you off,
but good. No, we're good.
This is as a head coach, you got to understand you are a mini CEO of a team, and like we're gonna reiterate on what Johnson said. I seen Coach Kramer, the head coach, at a football game. You know what I'm saying? Going to scout the other opponent. And that's how serious this guy is. That's why his reputation, is what it is.
Yeah.
And if you don't come into this thing and say, okay, I'm the CEO, first thing I need to do, you got to find you a strong team mom. Because your team mom is going to keep you organized, is going to keep you on point.
Michelle Hadley.
Yes. Shout out to all the team moms out there. Listen, y'all don't go unnoticed. Big, huge.
Best watermelon slices in the history of water.
Yes. Hey, Quayshawn mama. Yeah, oh, my God.
Michelle Hadley.
Yes, I know. That's what I was saying. Oh, my God. She gave us some Gatorade juice on the side.
I don't even know what they made.
Gatorade juice.
I don't know what it was, bro.
Gatorade juice. Gatorade's not juice.
It was fruit punch with Gatorade, and I was like, oh, I'm ready to go.
Well,
But-
I mean, Josh Cobbin said that he sees the kids eating Skittles before the games.
Yeah, but you gotta have,
I
and
did
then
that, though. I did
I
that.
mean,
and
well,
then
I
you
mean,
go
yeah.
and you find, me, if I'm going to be a head coach, I'm going to go find a parent. Listen, this is your job, specific. You got the defensive line. You got the offensive line. But that Sunday, if you're serious about this, because everybody that gets in this wants to win. And you notice that people don't like to lose over the weekend when all these losses happen.
Right.
So if you
Crickets.
if you sit up here and you take it you use it as a business, then it changes everything up. And now, how serious are you about winning? Because you got some coaches that don't even got film. They don't even got quick cuts. They don't got huddle.
And I've heard parents say, "Oh, they're doing film on us. Is that cheating?"
No.
Listen, lady.
Just sit down, lady.
Listen,
Yeah, you just shut yourself down for the year.
That's homework.
Yeah.
You just pulled your Pop Warner football card.
You know what? And
for the
another
year.
point I want to make, man, is like when you are running a program, like for every practice, everything matters, man.
Yes.
Those individual,
Everything.
like it's not just going in there and just stretch, warm up, do a couple individual drills and scrimmage. No, you have to have it all has to be time. It has to be precise because if
Counting
you don't
together.
set the tone earlier in the week,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to set the tone
Right.
early in the week.
One thing you want to stress also with that, going right into what you're saying, Johnson, is the little things. Like, you want the kids to understand that just because they do that high knee like that and it looks good, you can always get better. And those little things are big. And I don't think that there's enough coaches with Owen, which I think he's correct. I don't think there's enough coaches that understand how important the little things are.
Right.
And
You know what? And let me go back. Let me go back to 1990, like back when I played with the Rebels. It was like, now I'm thinking about it. You bring up good. It wasn't more about the play calling, and it was more about attention to detail.
Exactly.
If you weren't counting during
Ray
the
Lewis
stretch,
said it.
1, 2, 3 together. You're getting come back, smack in the back of the helmet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Get right. If you're not stretching the right way, if you're looking off to the left, it was accountability and attention to detail, and making sure each player had their attention to detail.
Right.
No matter what you were doing. So
it's almost the craziest thing where you got kids that they don't even we made sure that you walked in a straight line to weigh in. All that
Right,
getting your homeboys dap. You
No,
ain't focused then.
no.
Yes.
there was no talking at all.
at all.
Larry Willis, Kenny Green, Coach Satchel,
Yeah, you could.
Brolin, they would have had us for lunch if we were.
It took
There
me
was nothing.
forever to realize, some of those drills that you do, you thought it was just stupid. Why
Right.
do you do that? And I put on a tape of Ray Lewis a couple weeks ago, and there's a reason why Ray Lewis. He's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, but there's a reason why he's one of the greatest linebackers. And I was just watching him. Doesn't cross his feet one time. If you watch him, he always takes the proper angle, always hits right. I mean, he never crosses his feet. I don't care what running back he's running. He never crosses his feet. He goes sideline to side. Yeah. I'm talking about those little details right there is something that he perfected, and that made him a better player than everybody else. And I don't think I'm not going to say every coach, but I think a lot of coaches don't really hone in on those things.
And let's break this thing further down when we say attention to details, because me being a coach, me seeing coaches, this is what you're teaching your kid when you show up late to practice. They can be late. Right. Parents, if you're going to be late and you're not communicating with the coach, you're teaching your kids they can be late. You teaching this athlete they can be late. You can't win no playoff games like this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I see, the little stuff. And, when you hold people accountable for the little things, now the kids are being raised up the right way. And it's 100. A parent thing. It's a parent thing and a coach's thing.
Yeah, to go back on that,
and,
man, you are correct.
Yeah, and I understand us coaches, some of us coaches have to work. But if you're constantly going to get to practice late, you don't need that job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? We got offered to be coaches previous to this year, and I was straight up I don't have the time to give it enough respect to do that. You know, I'm not popping in and out.
Nicole's
You
so
know-
stupid.
What's that? Well,
You mean?
oh yeah. Well, she's being sarcastic. Hey, but while we're looking at who's watching right now, hey, we're all over the world right now. Felipe's out there in Brazil watching.
Yes, sir.
us.
Shout out to Felipe. That's my
Out
main
there-
man.
Yeah, out there in
He's
Brazil.
been doing a lot of behind the scenes work with us. Our website, he did that. You know,
Right.
shout out to my dog Felipe
Out
over there
there,
in Brazil.
we're out there in Brazil right
Yes.
now. So, David Aravallo, I want to just make this clear, David, because I know you watch a lot.
Yeah.
He said, when we going to talk about high school tonight? It's playoff time. This is Tuesday.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about the high school, but
Okay,
we're
all right.
not gonna get in depth with it because,
All right, because
this is so a whole totally different.
Right, different. This is a
atmosphere.
different show for that.
You know, just to get back on just the attention to detail, just to tell coaches, man, one thing that me and James did well, we learned from older coaches. Actually, he learned some from Coach Kramer. He was working down there, and James, you know, it was all, and he knew this from playing at Florida State. It's all time management and organization. Coaches, you know you only got an hour and a half if it don't rain. Right. You can't come in at 6:15. That's why the little things like Drew said, making sure that the week before when you in shorts, that everybody got the helmets right. Everybody got the right shoulder pads. And that might even come with the organizations not having everything. So organizations also. So if you can have all 34 helmets, all 34 shoulder pads, all that down to the knee pads, and these kids, all they got to do is just suit up on that one day, that first day of practice. If you can have that, everybody having their time paid, everybody paid.
Yes.
Because you'll have some parents, they ain't paid yet.
Yeah.
Everybody paid
let me
You let me.
Montonio Mo, don't be the Twitter finger because we asked you to come on. You could have had that personal conversation with Dante.
Oh, well, we can do that. We can do that.
He
What
got
he said?
Twitter fingers. You know, Dante, your team's still in the playoff. You got Twitter fingers.
Hold on. Man, here go the thing, though. Here go the thing, Montonio Moore. What we want to do, y'all are in the playoffs right now. You did something right. Continue doing what you're doing and honing your skills so you can be better the next week. So all I'm saying to the guys that aren't in the playoffs, these are the things that really matter. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, right. And
hold
then-
on. Time management, organization, having a period schedule.
I don't feel like Dante was sitting up saying he knows everything.
Yeah.
Right? He just, he's throwing out
And
his
then,
opinion. You know.
Simba Slice said, nice name, bro. Firecats played an excellent game against us on Saturday. I watched very close, and from what I saw, it was a lack of communication between the players and the coaches. At the end, it cost them the game, and that's just his opinion.
Okay.
But, but that's what he's saying: lack of communication with your players and the coaches. That shouldn't happen. Not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm with Simba on that. It's almost you gotta be like everybody. Oh, this Pop Warner, you ain't gotta worry about no 2-minute drill. You know how many times the game in Pop Warner that went down about that last minute, and you gotta get 11 players, 11 10-year-olds,
Right.
and get them like, hey man, come on, let's calm down. Think about that. Everybody out there in Facebook world,
Right.
think about getting 11 10-year-olds in a heated game when you aren't disciplining them to do what you need to do on the spot.
That's
And
why,
then-
I mean, if you like everything matters. Like in college,
Everything.
we always ended practice with a 2-minute drill.
Yes. And then
If you're not doing that, you're not setting up your team to win because how many times are you in a 2-minute drill throughout the season?
yes.
Tons of times.
And Stacy, to go on your point, she said, where do you draw the line for kids being late and the lack of management or parents' part? Well, okay, put it this way. Life is not fair. So if your kid is constantly late because the parent has to work late, the parent needs to understand and the kid needs to understand on Saturday, if I'm the coach, you're not going to play.
Drew, communication, Drew.
You know what I'm saying? But if you sit up here and you come to me as a parent and say, hey, listen, I work till 6 o'clock. I know this, you know what I'm saying, the 41 traffic is hard and, coach, I'm coming. I have no problem. But if you just sit up here and constantly come in late, you know what I'm saying, and you're not giving me a reason why.
Well, yeah, you got to understand, a big part of football on every level is commitment. If you, for some reason, can't figure out a way to make it a commitment for your child or to be there for his team, because that's part of that's a lesson that we're trying to instill into these players. And if for some reason you can't make that happen, and then maybe maybe it's not a good idea, because it's not fair for them other kids to have to be there on time every day when your kid can't be. Maybe it's not a good idea to have, if you can't figure out a way to get them there.
Yeah,
maybe
I can't agree with you on that, Owen. Just because
I get it, but it's not fair to keep. I get it, but there's a commitment thing.
And I'm gonna tell you the honest truth too. I was a coach / bus driver. So if the parent, some parents took advantage, but some of them really needed my help, and me being able to go pick up around the kids. Sometimes if you communicate that with a coach, they'll come pick your kid up.
Or communicate with another parent.
Right. Figure it out.
Hey, one thing they did at Cape, and then I'm sure they're still doing it. I mean, there's parents that live way out. What?
Hey, Byron say late for practice, but on time for the game.
Oh yeah. Oh man. They're there
2 hours early. Huh?
Taped up. Yeah. Back flap.
Put me in, coach.
Now
Saturday you got a lot of free time.
It's about communication with other parents, man.
Well, that's what I mean. Figure it out. Yeah. Like some of that commitment, it's got to go back to the parent. You know what I mean? So you need to commit as well as your child is committed to this team. Yeah. So if you can't do that, maybe it's not a good idea. Because like you said, there's a lot of different ways you can get there. Other parents, coaches, communication. It's all key to the commitment.
And I think some of the coaches sometimes, man, you got to take yourself out of it. And the reason I'm saying that is you're raising and you're mentoring young men.
Right.
And you have to be able to teach them lessons.
Right.
It's only going to hurt them in the long run if you just keep giving them the slap on the wrist. Slap on the wrist.
And that go for little juke too.
Yeah,
the best
but
one.
That's the problem.
The best one on
but
the
that's
team.
the problem.
They let
that's
that
where
kid slide.
everything lies. Where you said that they let Juke do what he want to do.
You can't.
No,
But little flip flop come to practice late. His 4 plays.
No, you can't do it.
There's
you
a
can't.
bunch of jukes on a corner right now talking about how good they was.
Right.
And the kid that came to practice, faithfully, probably wasn't the best one. He probably played, beyond juke.
Yes.
It has a way of showing up.
Oh yeah.
And like Nairobi said, if it's a star player, most coaches will, they'll overlook the late practice.
Right.
You can't do that because you need to set an example, and that's where the dedication, the example sets in. And in the long run, your team, your kids will be better for it.
Yeah.
You can't take instant gratification and slide your morals and what you're trying to accomplish with these kids in short-term success. It's not going to work for long-term success.
Yeah.
I would tell you like this.
I was going to say, I guarantee you, if you let Juke be late to practice, he going to be late to that block. That's going to get your quarterback hit. That's going to lose you the game.
I will tell you this. We played against Liberty City Warriors. They won 3 national championships. We played against them our Pee Wee year. We had
Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke, yeah.
Scar.
So we had Seneca Williams and all Wilson, Seneca and all them. And their best player, Trinell Troutman, he didn't play against us, and he didn't play against the second round because his grades weren't bad. And he was the best player. Number one. Now, when you were number one in Miami, you're the best player on the team.
Right.
And we were watching film on this kid just running around the field doing all this. Two playoff games where he was at.
Yep.
On the bench, shirt on, nothing else.
Right.
So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to go into giving out this free meal. Everything just.
Let me go. I'm going to go call. I need that.
I swear,
Number is 239-332-0708. Once again, 239-332-0708.
Every week, I think I'm gonna say that on my phone so I can speed dial real quick.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna call your name out, y'all.
Hey, Twinkie, it's that time, Twinkie. Call and get that deal, Twinkie.
Hey, Coach T, as also known as Terrence Simmons, wants to know if Dante's thirsty. Whatever that means.
Hey, listen. Man, no, not today.
They going after Dante.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Terrence.
Today.
I was in the back seat of the car. Me and Terrence we're going to the movies.
Is this sport related?
No, it ain't sport related.
No, we gotta have a little fun.
So listen,
little fun.
we ride, right?
I want to hear the story.
We talking and we riding, and Terrence was over there quiet. Terrence is a real about this color fella. You know what I mean? So he went out there and hit me with a, hey, cuz. And I was like, oh, I thought I was talking to myself. I didn't know nobody was talking to me.
That's Halloween.
He said it was midnight. So
Hey,
it was a little dark outside.
But I heard it's 239. Anybody can get it, right? I mean, if you want to bring it, you can get it.
Now let's get on some serious topics. Right now you got a 0-9 team. Now we're gonna talk about a high school a little bit. An 0-9 team, 2-16 that made the playoffs.
See, I don't get it, man. I promise I've been talking about this high school point system, and I still don't get it. And we were talking to AD over at Lehigh. It's like, it's really actually simple when you break it down and look at it. It is not simple.
It is.
0-9. If 0-9 teams are making the playoffs, it might be simple, but it ain't right.
I thought that it was just they was the only team in the city. They was the only team in the district. Then when he said it was a point system,
or the
it was almost the same as like when they told me Bill Cosby told on himself. Like, no, he ain't do that.
He was after the Jello pudding.
I was like, no, man.
You know what? I mean, I like this system. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, every system has its flaws. But you got to. There's a bunch of situations where I think this is a good situation for. I mean, what if you lost your star player for the first 6 weeks?
It's a part of the game, homeboy.
And what if
I don't agree with you at all.
What if you have a situation like Lehigh when they got their
6-game suspension? But let me tell you some wonderful stuff.
Right.
Bishop Verot, prime example. They lost Terry Lindsay, and they have a great team around him that they were able to go 8-2. Now they're in the playoffs doing their thing.
Right.
Right. That's not a one-trick pony right now.
That's part of the game.
Right. Yeah.
Injuries, suspensions.
Right. But I'm just saying,
those are things you need to overcome.
But like
if you
3 years
can't,
ago, people were complaining because you had Dunbar, Immokalee, and Laley playing on a hat. Was it 1 quarter?
Well, win the game. Yeah. I mean, I would rather lose that way.
But because of this playoff system, now you have a quality matchup playing Dunbar versus Immokalee.
I promise. If I was
matchup.
I promise if I was on an 0-9 team and they said we're in the playoff, I wouldn't even want to play. I feel embarrassed to be.
Just lost.
But ask yourself.
I would be embarrassed to be in the playoffs.
If you're 3A and all the teams you played are 7AA, and you got points for them, and you literally just got the breaks beat off.
But you didn't win.
But what if you're in a district like with Carroll City, was it Miami Central and all those?
So they don't deserve to play in the playoffs. I think
the only
some type of reward.
The only points
that went. There's got to be some type of reward.
The only points that should matter are the ones on the scoreboard.
Exactly. That goes back to Pop.
They said they got points on the scoreboard. It's just on the wrong side.
Well, they didn't get enough.
Johnson sound like a participation award.
Trophy.
The biggest hater is in
Johnny Wilder.
First of all, let me shout out to Shannon Reed. He feels like a lot of coaches that we have in our society either played street ball, never played in college. They have favoritism for different players.
Like that.
According to who their parents and friends were. You're right about that. So that is coming from a guy that's at an SEC team that's in college.
That's a good point, little homie.
And he's letting you know what the problem is here. So you street coaches and you coaches that cool with the parents. Take a note from Shannon Reed.
Well,
stop letting your players play.
It would definitely be hard to be a coach if you just played on the street. I'm not saying that kids that just play ball on the street can't be good coaches.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, the favoritism part's got to go. You got to understand the fundamentals of the game. It does help.
That's why though he got favoritism with giving people water. He gives people water and ice.
One of the best water givers.
Yes.
Oh man, they gonna tell you talk real tough.
Listen, I got a snitch on him, and I'm gonna be a straight up snitch. Whitelow go get ice from the fellowship lines and pass it out to all his people. So they ain't got to never go up and re-up.
And he the sportiest water giver. Yes. So you ever see him walk, get the little Bill Cosby, O.J. Simpson?
But another big thing is he always grabbing ice bags, but the kids ain't never got no water. Come on, Wallow. Get on your job.
Suck on this ice right here.
That's water. Ice is for the double cup.
Yes. Hey, Josh Cobbin said 0-9 teams should only be in the bleachers at playoff time.
Exactly.
Philip Buchanan said 0-9 teams should never be in the playoffs, period.
Hold on.
Yes.
There's one,
You can't defend it.
Team districts sometimes, and
Hold on.
I don't care.
But
They district don't
I've
need to
been
be
a
there.
part of that. Mariner and Barron Collier years ago were only 2 teams in the district at one time. So 1 and 2 went. Whatever, cool. That's just how that fell.
At least they got one.
Yeah, at least they won a couple games. But when you go 0 and 9, you are doing exactly what we're telling our kids that we don't want them to do, or telling our Pop Warner coaches. You are winning you're a participation award giver.
Yes.
Because we lost all the games, but guess what we doing? We having a pep rally this week for something.
I promise y'all.
Like what? I'm not going to the pep rally.
Y'all gonna lose anyways. Like,
Right.
That's what the students are saying. Like,
Come
what
on,
are we
that's
doing
crazy,
here?
man.
I mean,
We've been peppy all year. Y'all ain't win a game. Now you gonna win in the playoffs?
It's
Could
like
you?
a first round bye. It's like a first round bye.
Hey,
You know?
but could you imagine? Could you imagine that team ended up winning all the playoffs?
I was just about to say that. You were like, they win the national. They win the national. They win the state championship. We gonna come back and we slapping our coach.
Yes.
Come on,
So
man.
now we had another situation where an all-black team went undefeated and got put out the playoffs for being all black.
All right, I read the article, and you know the tough thing about this is that there have been reports of a lot of, and we're gonna get into the race thing, and there's a lot of racial slurs and this against the black kids, and the reasoning for what I saw, the reasoning that the president or whoever of the organization, the whole organization, said that they weren't allowed to play because they were worried about the safety of the other kids, meaning the white kids. This is out of his. This wasn't. We didn't make this up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really what he
Like
said.
I said, I wasn't planning on being on the show. I didn't get to read this article. What were giving? Was there anything that would give them an idea that nobody would be safe?
They won every game.
They won every game and they just
It
beat the
was
brakes
in
off.
Maryland. It might have been Baltimore area. I don't know what the
No, I don't even give a
of the
damn
story is,
if they did have a reason.
you
Sorry.
know that certain people have shorter leashes than others. So there could have been a situation where somebody felt threatened, reported it, and
Once again, what are we teaching our kids, people?
Exactly.
That just because a team is better than me, we're not going to step on the field. What happened to David and Goliath? What happened to those stores? What happened to the little engine that could? You feel me? Just because a team is, they look better, they're faster than you, in a different shade.
As long as the little engine ain't 0-9.
Get better.
Just
That's all
get
they do.
better.
Get better.
And we got another video that we have, we're going to send it to our producer to upload it, and we're going to show you this real quick.
All right, I got.
The LU Reisterstown Mustangs are still working out, even though at this point, their season is over. They were undefeated heading into the playoffs this week, but they won't be going any further. Over the weekend, the entire Mustang organization was kicked out of the Carroll County Youth Football and Cheerleading League. The president says for no reason other than bias. She says the Mustangs are the only program in the league with predominantly African-American players, coaches, and leadership.
On the field, our children have been subjected to racial slurs. There have been kids who wouldn't shake hands at the end of the games.
The CCYFCL is an independent league not run by Carroll County government, made up of teams from several different counties. The league board of directors told the program Saturday that it had been voted out effective immediately. A statement from the board reads in part, there have been several behavioral concerns involving this program during the season, and tension related to how these occurrences were handled has been rising. Emotions tend to run high during playoffs. Therefore, the league elected not to risk the safety of the participants. It adds that the league and program are working to come to a resolution in the best interest of all parties involved. Like all new programs in the league, the Mustangs were on probationary status. President Melvin, furious parents and coaches say the organization has not been disciplined any more than others in the league.
There's no way that all these other programs can have fights. There's one kid who's been ejected multiple times for fighting. So why isn't that team out of the playoffs for safety concerns? It doesn't make sense, and I really feel like it's coded language that's used to portray African Americans as inherently dangerous just because of who we are.
Board members didn't respond to our questions about other teams' discipline records or the bias allegations. President Melvin is demanding a reversal.
So as you can see, that is a very controversial topic up there, up north in Maryland. But it goes back to one of the situations that we had here that happened to the Fellowship Lions down in Davie. We had the film, but it had trouble, difficulty uploading it. We had a kid go in and get almost his helmet ripped off on the first play, and this is the same kid. He snatches his helmet off, almost snatches his helmet off, gets a personal foul. Then towards the end of the game, he picks the kid up and then slams the kid on his neck, and got another personal foul.
He should be ejected.
He got ejected for the game, but he's not ejected for the games after that. So, yes, we are playing a gladiator sport, but at the same time, play between the rules. And if a kid breaks the rules, it should be like high school. Like Lehigh kids got suspended 6 games. So if this kid has got 2 personal fouls for unnecessary roughness and like serious personal fouls, he needs to be done.
I think if he slammed the beer on his head like Stone Cold did, it's all good. Or if he
that's why we can't have you an organizational leader. That's the reason why he can't be a leader.
Was it a Triple X? I think that's all good. If it's wrestling, okay.
But getting back to that, man, getting back to the Maryland thing real quick, and those kids and talking about what the parents, and there were some incidents. Do you know you go to Miami and there's a guy walking around with a bottle of Patron.
Right.
He walking around with cold napkins in his cooler, and he's selling them for $3 shots and $1 rag in public park.
Right.
And ain't nobody getting suspended, and ain't nobody saying we ain't playing against Miami.
Well, that's a different world.
I don't care what different. No, it ain't in America.
I feel you.
It's America.
I'm just saying people are
Patron shot.
I like Miami. I'd rather be over there in Miami.
I went down to the videotape them. We were playing Port Charlotte years ago, and I went down there to watch Liberty City play Gwen Cherry, big game, and I watched that game, and I'm seeing this dude walk around getting out shots of Patron. They got Jam on the Express, big wall speakers, and parents cussing out the kids because they ain't making plays. I'm thinking to myself,
environment.
I go and text James. That game was still going on. I say, James, boy, we might be in some trouble right now because it's just a different atmosphere.
Philip said the same thing. Miami's different.
It's a different.
But here's the thing. When it goes to that Maryland thing, this is what I think is like. All right, maybe there was some incidents throughout the year. You handle those incidents at that moment.
But they didn't have an incident.
No, I'm saying okay, but they're saying that other teams did, they did, whatever. Mm-hmm. You handle that at the time, and you punish them at the time. You do not wait until this was suspect to me. You don't wait until the end of the year. You know what?
But everything you did this year, bro. They're saying the other organizations were the ones getting in all the troubles and fight.
Okay,
they've been clean slate the whole year. Okay. And they saying that they got suspended because they beating the brakes off of other teams, and then you got these teams that's going in before us that's in the playoffs that got in a fight.
But from what I was listening, they're saying that their explanation from the president or whoever runs the league was saying that they had some behavioral incidents throughout the year, and they don't feel like they should go on. That's not the point. If I was that team, I'd be like, please tell me what incidents you're talking about, and why weren't they handled at the time? Why are you waiting till the end of the year to punish these kids out of nowhere and blindside them?
Because this is America.
I mean,
this is America. That's why when you go downtown, they said no hats, no long T-shirts, no tennis shoes.
I don't go downtown.
Why do they have those rules? Well, think about it. This is America.
I like to dress up though, cause I don't know. I like throwing my hard bottoms. I don't know.
And that's what I meant. But another thing too, to go back off that, and I hate to get off subject, but back in the day, that's where people took pride in going out. It's like people just go out any kind of way now. Just throw on.
I was just saying those like
I know what you're saying.
We play
a double-edged sword because
we play by different rules.
You know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword.
That's a sensitive subject
Right.
for Julie.
Right.
That's a whole other subject you probably go on about.
Right. If you want to keep certain people out, you just make rules.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You make just certain rules. And this is America. This is how we operate. You know, that's why there's people still in jail for
White only
crack.
pies.
You know what I'm saying, for crack, and then the other people get out of jail for cocaine. I mean, hey,
Jesus. Hey, but right now the election is going on.
We talking about.
Yep, that's huge. People go out and look sloppy. Yeah, that's like, how can you just disrespect yourself?
Let's get it. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
and go out and just any kind of way. Like, don't you want? See, when I go out, you know, me and my, you know, people go out. You know, we want to be attractive. You know, you know, you don't want to go out and look like
When I knew,
I understand why. I understand why clubs and restaurants, different people do the dress code because they want to let people
make
look
it
nice.
prestigious.
And they let anybody in. But like, I there's a certain way you could dress up with a hat or like a nice pair of sneakers or whatever. Like, you know, but people just don't know how to do that. They go out looking sloppy. If you give them 2 inches, they're gonna take a mile or whatever. Right. You know what I mean? And that's not the way. Yeah, people got to have some respect for themselves.
I'll tell you like this, man. I done been to court a couple times, and I done saw how people go to court. You know what I'm saying? I saw how people
27.
Hey, 24/7. I just saw how people go to court. You to see. My mom. My first time going to court, I was 14 years old for running my uncle the truck in the 7, and my mom made sure I had a shirt, a tie, slacks, and shoes on.
And you were shaved.
And I looked real. I had to be shaved. You know, I had a lot of hair on my face. And but I was clean. And then, you know, now you see these kids going into those representing themselves in court, and they're seeing one singular person, so they're gonna go out in the world and think it's all right to wear that same thing.
I mean, I feel like if I'm in court, I'm gonna try and crease my eyes and getting off.
You really care about yourself.
I really want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like, share the show. Big shout out to Soul Bowl Cafe for having us here on a Tuesday night. This is what we're doing next week. For anybody that wants to come, the first 15 people that inbox us, you can come and sit down in the show. We're going to have free wings, drinks, sit down, participate in the live show.
Sodas, not
yes,
sodas.
Just make sure you don't come over on the side with CTV in the crew, because we need our space, but you be on the other side of the Soul Bowl. We're going to have free wings. Once again, free wings for the first 15 people. Come out, watch the show, you know what I'm saying, live with us.
Bet you Johnson don't miss that show.
So you said 14 when you stole a car or something?
No, okay. So I will talk about it, man. Why gotta be holding the car, man?
I was gonna ask you if you were drag racing with Watlow.
Oh no, dude, I wasn't there. No.
Hey, we out. Shout out Big Dream Sports TV, Coach Scotter.
Streets of being a star. What seeds out of my grasp is now within my reach. Now my foot is now on the gas. I'm passing the competition. Way ahead of my class. You throw it off in the air, but I'm taking it off the glass. Clash with anybody standing my path. They say that I can't do it, man. I take it and laugh. The motivation come from the naysayers, and me and you are nothing alike, man. I was made great. I'm just trying to be great. If you don't like it, you can get out my way. And I don't care what you say, just let me be great.